Morning, everybody. It is not Tip Tuesday, but if I waited till tomorrow, you would not have an opportunity to get these punches that I'm going to show you. Okay, so I talked about them last week. Creative Memories, they do specials all the time, and this is not really a special per se. It's called Tool Time, and they've released 6 punches. Some of them have never been released before in the United States. So it's a really great time for you to smarf up some really scarf up, not smarf. I grew up in the time of Smurf and Smarf just came out. But anyways, it's a really good time for you to get some punches that you should. I mean, I'm going to show you. I've been out of town all weekend. The punches landed when I was out of town. So I got up this morning and started kind of playing with them just so that you could see how pretty they are, so that you can make a decision on which ones that you want. You can get one, you can get two, you can get all of them. If you don't have, if you're a punch collector, I'm telling you, these get really expensive if you wait till they're gone, because right now people are buying them so that they can sell them higher priced. So anyways, you should buy them now. All right, so let me just show you what they do. I'm going to go ahead and change my screen. I hope you're doing good. Happy Monday. I don't usually get to see you on Monday, so this is special, right? All right, so the first one, I guess I'm going to show you. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just going to grab one. This one is the teardrop lattice. This was available before. I can't really remember if it was one that we actually sold before or if you had to earn it. And my thought is you had to earn it, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, so when you use this one, it's going to look like this. Let me actually get a paper so that you're not distracted by my matte background. So it looks like this. Super pretty, right? I'll go ahead and demo in case you've never used a border maker before. I'm going to go ahead and just show you. We have a lot of them, so I'm not going to show you how to do all of them, but I'm going to show you how to do this one. Out of all of them, I would say that this one is probably the trickiest because it doesn't really have a clear guide of where to slide it to the next punch to. So I'm just going to show you how that you don't have to worry. So I'm going to do it right a couple of times. Oh, this is in my way, sorry. I'm going to do it right a couple of times. Again, there is no rhyme, no reason. You just want to make sure with our border makers that your paper is covering up all the blue. If you see blue, that means you're not going to get a clear cut, and you might even ruin your border. All right, so I think that that was right. Now I'm going to do one that's wrong. Let's say I pulled it out a little too far, and that's really easy to do with this punch because, like I said, there's no true indication on when to stop. You just kind of have to use your gut. Darn, my gut told me that was wrong and that was right. So let me do it again. Wrong. Let me try to do it wrong. This one is wrong, and I can tell this one is wrong because I can see the paper, uncut paper coming. You can't, but I promise you it's there. The uncut paper is kind of peeking out, so I know this one's going to be wrong, but I'm still going to line up because everybody should be lining up to the blue. You should not see any blue. So then when I pull through, I'm like, oh no, look, I ruined my border. So what you need to do if this happens, you didn't ruin your border, and this works with all of our border punches, just slide this piece so that you are confident it is in this region. All right, so I'm going to put it back in so that I am confident that it is underneath where it needs to be cut. Once you have it in there, line back up to your blue. It's really important that it is right smack where it belongs, because basically you're cutting back through holes when you do this, but it works. And this is not a good demonstration. My punch just jammed. So maybe this is not the one that you want. Just kidding. That's I would start over, but I know that I don't know. I really did just ruin this. And I promise you it does work what I'm telling you. I don't know. I know smarter advisors, they teach other things other than dropping them, but I teach dropping them to get it out. All right, so they're pretty durable. So anyways, it did pop out and you can see there's been no damage at all. So now I'm just going to make sure, usually something is inside causing that jam. I don't see anything, but I'm going to do my last punch to prove to you that I'm not afraid of this. We do need to have this uncut piece in this area right here. And then I'm going to line up nicely so that the blue is there. Y'all are probably like, my gosh, this girl is a total freak. I'm really not. Okay, so there you go. All right, and actually I screwed that. I'm trying to hide it with my hands, but I really screwed that up again. So what this does, this warrants a whole nother demonstration because I don't want you to be afraid of this one because I like it. I think it's a really good one. Typically the more intricate the pattern, the trickier it is. So I'm going to go through this again and prove to you that it does work. Oh my gosh, now I'm getting a phone call. I don't know why we can't learn to mute. All right, so let me shut them up. And that's somebody that never calls me. All right, so I'm gonna goof up again on purpose, so that I can show you that it really does work. All right, so I goofed up on purpose. I pulled it through. I saw the mistake. I'm gonna put it back in. And then do it. All right, and then, ooh, that's so funny. So I not only did I mess up twice, but I messed up once, but I messed it up again, which is even cooler because now you're really going to see that it doesn't matter. You can just keep putting it back in. When I first got these, oh my gosh, and it just jammed again. So this one does not like fixing. So sorry, this is a horrible presentation. I really do think I should start this one over because people are watching this. All right, let's try the drop again. There we go. And now you see that even with the drop, it did fix. And now we'll do the last punch. That is so funny. So maybe this one is not your friendliest one for fixing mistakes, but you can see that it absolutely fixed it flawlessly. Okay. So, wow. I know y'all are going to all give me ugly grams about this video, but let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So one thing I wanted to show you about this one, all of my borders, I like to also cut them in half, like put them right in the middle of your trimmer. This one has a pretty prominent middle. It's got this little diamond shape that runs down the middle. So if I want to cut it down the middle, it's going to be really easy to do. You're going to use your this guy to make sure it's like got a little crosshair to make sure that you indeed have it lined up. You might want to check on the other end too. Ooh, down there I wasn't quite as lined up. So that looks better. Make sure I didn't screw this one up in the process. No, that looks good. Then once you do that, you can do some different looks with it. Let's see. Color is the back of this. No, I don't want to use that. Let me clean up my workspace a little bit here. Find a strip of paper. How about this screen? You can see how you can split it and put some underneath and some above, and you get a really pretty look there. Do you like it? All right, so I think this one is absolutely stinking beautiful just the way it is. You can use all different color patterns to get a look. All right, so this one, to remind you or not to remind you, is teardrop lattice. Okay. All right, so that's teardrop lattice. Let's go on to a different one. And hopefully I will be way more successful on my future endeavors. All right, so I'm going to now show you this one. This one is called beaded oval, and this one has never been available before. And this one cuts so easy, I promise. This one is a really good one. And the other one cuts nicely too, but it did not, twice in a row, it did jam on me doing the fix. So I don't know what to say about that. And that's the only times that I've tried it. So hopefully it's not, I don't remember it being a big problem before, but you can see this one is really easy to cut. and it gets a really nice border. All right, so this is what you get on this one. What I also really love about this one, isn't it pretty? I love the little scraps on this one. You can put those little scraps right back in, and that's a really pretty look. Like if you're going to put that along a border, like along the edge of your paper, you would just put the adhesive down first, and then plop those into place, and it's really pretty. Stumbled across that. Let me show you that close up. Of course, close up and falling off the paper. Y'all are probably saying, "Gosh, girl, you need to stick to Tip Tuesdays." But see, tomorrow these punches are not going to be available after 1, and they may even sell out. So, anyways, wanted to show you that. Pretty. All right, so that's super cool. You can lay them side by side to get a different look. Pretty. You can split in half. You can add color behind it. Let me see if I have let me see, that probably is about a 1/2 inch. Let me cut a 1/2 inch real fast and see if I'm right. So don't make fun of me. I really just got home. Didn't have time to practice, you guys. I just wanted you to see what I would do if I had these punches. So that is a 1/2 inch. And let me hold it a little closer. And that way the holes are showing through those little lines. It's green on blue and it's not showing very well, sorry. All right, so that takes care of that, but that is a 1/2 inch, I think. Whatever I said I was doing, that's what I did. All right, so that takes care of that. Another thing is splitting them down the middle. You're going to see that over and over. It's something that I do on a regular basis just to give a different look. So I'm going to line that up in the middle. I'm going to double check that it looks like it's in the middle or the same place all the way down. And then see a different look here. It's super pretty. Oh my gosh. It almost looks like the mouth of a whale, doesn't it? Like that. Ooh, scary. All right, so that's cool. First time that I've tried that, but I knew that it would probably work. I also noticed with these that this little link here is pretty fragile, which means you can bend it. So if you want to bend it like every 2 little bubbles, every two little beads, you can do that. To get an every other color look. All right, so that's another look. Another thing, I saw an advisor cut this. So let's say I'm going to snip here. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to snip there and there. And then I'm going to snip just over around this little piece right there. Is that the cutest little fish ever? So we've got a little tail, we've got a little mouth. All right, so you can make little fishies. I know Deborah Brandt, you're out there saying, I'm gonna make a fish. So anyways, that's cool. All right, so that takes care of that one. And this one is beaded oval. Beaded oval, if you like that one. All right, so let's go to the next one. The next one is called, I think this is gonna be my favorite. This is River Waves. All right, and when you use this one, works really easy. You get this look. It's going to be really pretty if you do different colors together. You can put color behind it. Maybe if this, I have a hunch, this 1/2 inch will do it again. So that's about a 1/2 inch. It probably ideally would be a little bit bigger than a 1/2 inch, guys. Not 3/4 though, like probably in between a 1/2 and 3/4. We'll probably cover that nicely. If you want to lay them together and do a thicker strip, I would do 1.5 inches. In fact, I tried that before you all came on. So 1.5 inches will work. Keep fiddling with it if you want it to nestle. There we go, because it does nestle. All right, so this should be a different color so that you can see now that I pulled this white paper out. Okay, let's put that one down. So this is 1 1/2 inch. And I'm going to put this one on it and this one on it. You like that? All right, so I like river waves. I think that's a great one, river waves. All right, next, let's look at, I'm running out of workspace. I've got too many punches. All right, how about the decorative arcs? This one was available in some form in sometime. I don't remember if we actually sold it or if you had to earn it. But it was called decorative arcs. This one is absolutely beautiful. And it looks, this is an intricate cut, which typically means it's kind of hard to use, but this one is not hard to use. This one really is super easy. You just, again, be really careful that you are, I just don't know the best way for you all to see this. Maybe here. Just be very careful that you are covering that blue, okay? But it works really nice. And it's so pretty. And this is what it's going to look like layered. All right, now this one, unlike the teardrop lattice, the river waves, and the beaded ovals, all of these were punches that when you punch it, the border falls off and it's a clear-cut border. With these next two that I'm going to show you, they do not fall off. So they hang on to the paper. And what's nice about that is if you want to do a border across the top or across the bottom and then lay it on your page, then you don't have to cut it off at all. You can just use that as your decoration and you've got a border just as easy as that. Super pretty, right? But what I was showing you is that this one also looks really good. Like if you can cut it off. So if you want to cut it off and make a border, you can. So feel free to cut it off, but you don't have to. It's pretty just the way it is. It's also going to be great like for photo mats. So if you wanted to do a photo mat where you let's see here. It wasn't a very clean cut. But if you wanted to do a mat, like put a photo here or do the top of a journal box, this is a really pretty one to do that with. What else was I going to say? So you can cut it off, you can leave it on, and you can layer. So you can get different looks. All right. This is decorative arch. Decorative arcs. All right. And then I have another one that also hangs on. This one is called Tree Line. And this one we definitely did sell. So if you are a loyal follower, you might have this one. If you're new to Creative Memories, you may not. This is really cool because depending on what color paper you use, you change the look that you've got. So this looks like a night skyline because the trees are black. But if I had done them white, it would look like a snow-covered tree. You could do them, you know, different colors to get different looks, like orange in the autumn. All right, you can straight cut this off or leave it just the way it is, like I have now. You can see how I can lay this on the page and it's a border just the way it is, or you can cut it off. This one, any of them actually, you can straight cut them off, or you can use your decorative trimmer to give it more of a rolling look, which makes it a little versatile. So if I put it in my decorative trimmer and cut off that border, we get a totally different look, don't we? Okay, so that's really fun. I can go in and do another little snip. To make it even prettier. Do you like that? So this one is tree line, and it is going to hang on to the paper unless you cut it off. All right, I'm going to tell you about tree line. And I've got one more. Now, the last one is a border cartridge. So all of these punches that I showed you, they do not need another tool to operate. This last one, if you are not a Creative Memories lover yet, you may not have what you need for this one. This is the ribbon lace chain. Absolutely beautiful. But you do need the border maker. So I'm going to show this in case there's anybody out there seeing our tools for the first time. If you get a border maker, they're like $33.50, and it comes with this, and 2 other cartridges. So not this one, it'll come with 2 different ones that you'll get to pick. All right. So this one is not going to be one of your picks. In fact, no one can get this one after tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So keep that in mind. If you're watching this video, it is Monday, tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time. You will no longer be able to get it. So you need to get up and order it in the morning, or if you're really smart, you would order tonight because they do sometimes sell out. So you put your, there's this little tray that you line your paper edge up to. When you're done lining it up, you fold it back. Stick out there that you put into the ruler. It has little knot places for them to go, so you cannot screw this up. Even I can't screw it up. I shouldn't say that because I can really sometimes screw things up. So anyways, this is this one. Very pretty. Here's another color. You can put them together. Pretty. It also has a very prominent middle. If you want to cut this one down the middle, you could cut it down. Let's do that actually. I was sitting there. I was going to say I can't find my trimmer. You all were thinking that, weren't you? And you were looking right at it. You're like, I wish I could yell at her. It's right there. It's right there at your hand. All right. So anyways, we are going to hope that this is in the middle. Some people put a little bit when you have something really thin right here. Then it's really hard to get it to stay in place by touching it. So you kind of just have to lower it down. Let's see what this looks like to me. I'm going to check both ends. It looks like this end not as centered as the other end. I'm going to lift it ever so lightly. Let me try that again. This looks better. All right, and then just show you how this looks. It's going to look really pretty. Do I have a, let's do this strip. Do that. Maybe even put this in the middle. Oh my gosh, that was unanticipated beauty. All right, do you like it? All right, so you have had enough of me on Monday. I hope you will come back tomorrow. And I'll show you something tomorrow, another tip that has nothing to do with these punches, because they'll be gone. So anyways, I just wanted to get with you while you still had the chance to shop. I hope that you'll snag at least one or two of these guys that are your favorites. And please don't be judgmental to this one. It probably was just me. All right. If I had more time, I'd play with it more, but I don't. So you all have an excellent day. Thank you for tuning in. Becky Belote, Creative Memories Advisor. Please follow me with Scrapbook with Becky. Thanks. Bye.